How does the UN Security Council enforce IHL under Chapter VII? Imagine a world where peace and safety are not just hopes but enforced realities. The United Nations Security Council plays a key role in making that happen. But how exactly does it do this when it comes to international humanitarian law? Let's find out. The Security Council is like the global peacekeeper, tasked with keeping international peace and security. When there are serious violations of laws that protect civilians and prisoners during war, the Council steps in. These laws are called International Humanitarian Law, and they include the Geneva Conventions and the laws of armed conflict. They set rules for how wars should be fought and how civilians should be protected. Under Chapter 7 of the United Nations Charter, the Security Council has special powers. It can identify threats to peace or acts of aggression. If it finds that a situation involves widespread violations of international humanitarian law, it can act. This can mean anything from imposing sanctions to deploying military forces. The goal is to stop the violations and restore peace. The Council does not have a police force or a standing army. Instead, it depends on its member countries to carry out its decisions. When the Security Council adopts a resolution under Chapter 7, those decisions are legally binding for all United Nations member states. Countries must follow measures like arms embargoes, travel bans, freezing assets, or even sending troops if authorized. The Security Council has used this authority many times. It has set up international criminal tribunals to prosecute war crimes and genocide, like the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia and the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda. These tribunals hold individuals accountable for serious violations of international law. The Council can also authorize peacekeeping missions. These missions often include rules of engagement that allow United Nations forces to protect civilians and humanitarian workers. Sometimes, the Council grants permission to member states or regional organizations to use all necessary means, which can include military force, to stop atrocities and protect lives. A key point is that actions taken under Chapter 7 can override other international obligations. This means the Security Council's decisions take precedence over treaties or customary international law, including aspects of sovereignty. This gives the Council a powerful tool to act quickly when peace and humanitarian law are at risk. However, the process is not automatic. The Council must first determine that a situation threatens peace, often based on reports of violations of international humanitarian law. The specific measures depend on how severe the violations are and the political consensus among the 5 permanent members who have veto power. In the end, the Security Council's enforcement of international humanitarian law under Chapter 7 is a vital part of the global effort to protect civilians and uphold the rules of war. It provides a legal and political framework for action, even when states or armed groups fail to respect their obligations. While it can be slow or complicated, it remains the most direct way for the international community to ensure respect for the laws that protect us all during conflict.